Well, in a way, the people that took the subprime loans, I mean, now we want to see them as victims, but had they made a lot of money and flipped that house, then we feel like, well, gee, I mean, he really did well on that. That's the good old American way. Well, the flip side of flipping this home and making a lot of money is maybe you don't, maybe you bomb, and that's the price you have to pay. And I'm sorry, it's just I didn't do it, and so if you didn't do it, whatever, why should you and I have to pay for that? People build homes in places where there's hurricanes and tornadoes and so on. So yes, when they get wiped out, we all feel like, well, FEMA and the government should go in there and rescue them. Yeah, but why were they building beachfront property in the first place? I mean, I didn't do that. That's a little risky to do that. So why should I have to pay for that? It just as, when they succeed, then of course they're happy to get the little extra handout they're getting from us by not having to take the risk. Yeah, the victims. Who are the victims? Well, if the government bails out the people that took high risks and failed, including corporations, especially corporations, then the victims are you and I, the taxpayers. That money has to come from somewhere, and that's going to come from you and I. So why should I have to pay for some guy that took a big risk and bought a second home or bought a home too big he could not afford when I didn't do that? I was too risk averse, and I was afraid to make a huge investment like that. And but now I have to pay for it. That's just as immoral. So what's the right thing to do? Well, the right thing to do is well, halt the meltdown, and the people that took high risks, well, we have to just bite the bullet. I'm sorry, it's just the way it goes. I mean, you hate to see these big 100 and 250, 150-year-old companies failing, but well, that's not my fault they failed, and that's just the way it goes.